Hi Douglas, first of all, so happy to meet you. So the show is really crazy. I want to ask you which aspect of the show kind of made you say, I have to be in it. What is the most thrilling aspect for you as an actor?
So I think as a child I loved westerns. I loved to ride from a young age. So I always thought the idea of being one or being a cowboy was always a bit of a dream. And then I just really enjoyed the script. I enjoyed how it brought in a darker element, I was like, what's going on here with the cult? What's happening here? I don't know how many episodes you've seen. But it felt exciting, and I really enjoyed the characters. None of them, I couldn't tell exactly at the beginning who was good, who was bad. It kept me on my toes, which I really enjoyed. And then also I liked the cast. Dominic Cooper is a good friend of mine. And he was already cast, and I'd always wanted to work with him. He's a very talented actor and a lot of fun. So that was also an element. And also the fact that we got to travel. We filmed in Puglia, Almeria, and the Sahara Desert. And that's very ambitious for a TV show, to take your crew in all three countries. It was ambitious, and the producers really wanted to just make it feel as epic and beautiful as they possibly could. So that's why.
Can I tell you, your character is really interesting. I was really impressed by your interpretation and by it, because it's strange, as you already say. It's like, it is not good, it is not bad. We kind of at the start of the show don't understand. So I want to ask you if it was challenging, even in a good way for you as an actor too.
Yes, well, it was definitely challenging, and I think firstly the challenge was to find the character that you find at the beginning of the show, which is this damaged man who almost feels like he wants the ground just to swallow him up. He's unhappy, he's set on revenge, but it's not making him happy, it's sucking the life out of him. And then I enjoyed the process. I'm not sure how many episodes you've seen, but as the series goes on, you find out a lot more about him, and I think you realise he's more vulnerable than you first thought. And that's what I enjoyed. I enjoyed sort of peeling away the layers of the character, a bit like an onion, and then to get to the soft centre at the end. So, yeah, that was what drew me to the character.
Which is the best part on the set for you to be in a Western, show?
Well, I think the best part is having a horse and a gun. I think, you have to stop yourself just doing this like twiddle thing. I think you sometimes see westerns and you just see actors get on set and like in every scene they're like, because they think it looks really cool, but then it's overdone. So the hardest part is not to twiddle the gun too much. But the coolest thing, I remember when I first got on my horse and I met him and I was giving him a ride around Fort Bravo, and I was riding from one iconic western set to another. One moment I was like going down a very famous like western high street, and then I turned a corner and went through this arch, and I was in Mexico, and I was in front of this Mexican church, which I recognized from one of the Dollars movies. And so just riding through cinema history while I was about to make a western was very cool and a bit of a pinch me moment, I think.
One last question. If there is some movie or, I don't know, some character that kind of inspire you, I don't like to ask this question, but maybe since you are a fan of Western movies.
There wasn't a particular character that inspired me. I think the genre inspired PJ Dillon, our cinematographer, very heavily, and our director. The way that we framed shots, where we put characters in the frame, that was very much inspired by Sergio Leone and other westerns. But for me, I don't think it's healthy as an actor to get inspired by a particular character, because you don't want to start doing an imitation. You really want to build your character yourself from the ground up to make sure you have an emotional core. Otherwise, everything you're doing isn't truthful, and you're going to struggle, I think.